Ask the Cast.
Welcome once again to Ask the Cast, the show where you guys ask us questions and we bring you the answers. On our plate today we have a lot of questions, so let's get started. iWatson14 asks, wouldn't it be cool if the puppets did their own rendition of High School Musical? Well, actually, we've had an idea in the working for probably close to 2 years. The whole idea started with me when I got a letter in the mail for my high school reunion, the 10-year anniversary, which I did not go because I didn't like anybody in school. So I tore up the thing and threw it away. But the thought occurred to me to make High School Reunion the musical. And I have it written down. We haven't got it fleshed out yet, but I'm hoping one of these days that we actually get that done. I am a scarecrow. Can the puppets dance a jig? Why is an orange round?
Why is an orange round? Well, if it was flat, it wouldn't taste as good. Duh.
Do you have a scientist puppet? Of course we do. He's right here. This is Professor Frankensteinium. Why are you introducing me? Because someone asked us if we had a scientist puppet. Of course we have a scientist puppet. What do I look like to you? Lenny's the cable guy? Ay, 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 ay. From Brett's World 99, he asks a series of questions. I looked through the store and noticed there weren't any posters. Why is this? Is it because they were hard to make, or did you just not think anyone would want one? The store he's referring to is my online store with shirts and everything else. And the reason that I didn't make any posters was because I didn't see an option for making posters. Why shouldn't I ask that kid with the glasses? Because every time you do, you lend a hand in a murder, because at the end of the show, he shoots the person that reads the questions that you asked. For those who are in the loss here, Ask That Kid with the Glasses is one of Brett's World 99's short shows he uses, where he acts as a character and answers questions to people who ask them. Are you still making puppenettes, and if so, how much are they? I am still making puppenettes, and they're $25 each plus shipping. Recently, I Am a Scarecrow bought a Scarecrow character from me, and now he has that alongside the character of himself and his dog Duke. What I do is, I can make you or anyone or anything you know into a puppet or puppenette, and you can have your own character. I don't duplicate my own characters for you, but if you have an original idea that you want, then I can make it into a puppet for you, and then you can use it for whatever purpose in your videos, or doing a local puppet show at your area, or whatever you want to do with it. What do the puppets think of all the changes YouTube has been making? We're all of the mind that we wish YouTube would stick to one format, like the original format that I started with 4 years ago. I get the feeling I irritate you and the puppets. Should I go away now? No, Brett, don't go away, but be sure you ask the right kind of questions so that we don't have to kill you later on. Jesse and Mike ask, do you design the puppets on paper before making them? Oftentimes I do. Not always, but if I get an idea from someone, then I'll sketch out a picture of a character that they've told me about, and they can tell me, oh yeah, that's what I like, or yeah, that's my idea. Other times I just draw it out on the cloth and just cut it out, sew it together, and make the character that way. Things like for Noltz and his wife of Noltz, I just drew out on the cloth and sewed it up and made it that way. For characters like Allie and Barely, they were already pre-drawn in my comics, so I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do with them. What kind of wire do you use for moving the arms of your puppets? Well, I use a very stiff wire for it. What I do is I go to Lowe's or Home Depot And if you have one of those or another kind of hardware store around you, you can get the same stuff. What you do is go to the rod bin, wherever it is in your store, and look for the thinnest wire available that's still really stiff. And that's what I use. I don't remember the exact gauge that I bought since it's been almost a year or so since I bought this. But and I interchange different rods for all the characters that have arms. So I don't need to make enough rods for each character. I just need to make enough for multiple characters for right now. Anyway, just get the stiff metal, and you can hit it against a lot of things, and it's not going to bend, unless you're taking a full swing at a corner of a building or something. But it's really stiff wire, and it works really well. Originally, we started with 18 gauge green wire that they use for wrapping plants and stuff, because it was stiff. And I thought it was going to be stiff enough for the characters, but the weight of the arms was too much for that wire, and when I'd move an arm, it would just bend over, and so we'd have puppets with weird, askewed hands and stuff. So I had to go to the next wire up that I could find, and it's worked really well ever since. I also put wood on the end of the rod. I drilled a hole in the center of the... I drilled a hole in the center of the wood here, and then glued the rod in place so that it stays there and people can hold on to that without getting, metal gook, oxidization, whatever, on their hand. Auslander999 asks, has Allie ever met an alien that just so happened to be a puppet as well? Really, Auslander? I don't know. Could be... Oh, this last weekend, I met up with the creator of Auslander999, and I actually met one of his puppets, Bob the Alien. And I took Allie with me, and we got to interact with him for a little while. It was a great meeting, too. We got a lot of things discussed, and hopefully we'll get to do some projects together. One thing I'd really like to see is for all of us puppeteers to get together off of YouTube and actually have a convention all our own, so that we can get you, Auslander, with your Cupettes, me with my Puppenettes, Julio with his Scraps TV characters, Rotten Puppets, Glovettes, maybe even Steve Axtell, and Kidsock TV, and get us all together and just make a gigantic puppet convention. That would be fun. Question: where have the full episodes gone? Well, they aren't going to be posted anymore on YouTube, actually. Because people like to have the shorter episodes on YouTube, what I'm going to do is what I've done for the last few weekends, and have shorts put up here instead. The shorts will consist of 2 to 3, maybe 4 skits that will be posted to take up hopefully a total of 8 minutes time, so that people actually like watching them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put full episodes on Blip TV, and I'll put a link down in the toy box there so that you guys can go and check those out. What will be there are amplified versions of the full episodes from here, as well as any new episodes that I can come up with. The new episodes will consist of a lot of the shorts that we put up here, plus some unique things that will be up there solely for Blip TV. And if you want to see how the rest of the story for Allie and his friends will be played out, then go to Blip TV and you'll be able to get the whole entire story without missing a beat. Alright, thank you guys so much for joining us for Ask the Cast, and we hope to see you again next week when you give us more questions. Alright, and before we go, I want to thank I Am a Scarecrow for buying my t-shirt. Alright guys, take care, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.